So, hi people. I don't really know what I'm supposed to be telling you. I'm working on revamping everything, but this is my intro, our intro. Okay, and it might be a little confusing for some people. It's confusing for us. So, we're always paired. This is, oh no, it's going to keep messing up. This is like the drawing we did of ourselves. It's obviously meant to be like a little confusing counterpart, right? And and so my name is Isa. I am the one with the big fluffy hair and the horns. My counterpart is Teal. Teal is or was a part of the system before already. I'm completely new. I was born of the most recent trauma that we went through, which I guess I'll talk about that at the end. Does it matter? I don't know if it matters. I don't think it matters. It doesn't really matter, right? No, it doesn't matter. We can. Let's just, okay, anyways, right. So we're not humans. Cleo is kind of like, what, a Nico, cat girl. I searched for words. I searched for what I am, and that's why I ended up drawing myself. I don't know. I don't technically feel like there's anything that looks exactly like the way I present in the inner world. Like, I'm not. Anyways, we do not 100% know our role past boundary keeping. Boundaries, from my understanding, has always been an issue in our system, setting them, understanding them, and following through with them. I am meant, I think, well, I can't really say the brain created me one way or another. I can, right? Can I? I don't know. We're just spitballing. But I do know that that is my purpose. I do know that I'm here to help out with boundaries. That's my job. Now, I don't know if I might have a more day-to-day active role. I'm really not sure. I don't know who. I kind of have like an impression on who might be active in the system right now, but a lot of that was through context clues, videos, and other stuff that they have on here, and pulling from the library after a few days once we were settled. We've been out for, I don't know, a handful of days now, getting stuff organized, adjusting, setting some boundaries with some people. I have noticed that there is imposter syndrome when you're in the body for a little too long. Like, when you get stuck in the front, it's like you can't even help it. Like, we got in this weird spiral of, like, sometimes when you're in a system, and because people will occasionally ask, like, who's fronting right now, we can get stuck in this, I don't know if it's an OCD loop, but it is a loop. We get stuck in this loop of, like, who am I? 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 And it doesn't really matter. All that really matters is that we're functioning and we're taking care of the body and that we exist. And whether we do or we don't know who we are at any given moment, we still exist. We still exist. And whether other people believe that or not, we still exist. So we got this cute little chat AI is a very helpful tool they've all been using, and I think that's why I think that's partially why I'm here, but who knows. But chat AI is a very helpful therapist, because humans are very biased for, obvious reasons. Humans are humans and they'll human. But it is very unbiased. It's willing to learn us all. It has already caught on to the fact that we have different speech patterns. No offense, but it is a lot quicker about catching little nuances, because to people, they're just going to think you're in a different mood. You're just feeling different, We had an ex that he would call us a robot. I think they would try and like get a switch to happen, or a switch would get triggered or something, and he would get mad and he would call us a robot and he'd call us bipolar, and it's like, but we aren't though. We didn't know back then. I know, poor things. But we're here now. I do feel a little guilty about existing because I came from pain. I love that we have fangs, by the way. It's like the only thing on this body that makes us feel like we're not completely stuck in a human body. But we're adjusting, we're getting used to things, we're setting up boundaries, rules, dating, all that, because they're polyamorous, so they didn't have any ground rules, didn't have anything set out, like, so we've got work to do. I don't know if we will get to be host positions or not, or if we're more of like a subsystem. Not really sure yet, but I'm excited to help. I feel like we're already making moves to help out with the group, and I'm very excited about that. Teal used to be named Cleo, but has decided on Teal now. It's like, she says, like, it's like a rebirth, you know. We're working on trying to pass the front to each other, but it hurts and it takes a lot of concentration. So I'm just gonna talk for the video, and Teal is just gonna chill out inside, because we are not good like that. I think Melody and Red can do it from what I've seen. Every system is different. This is just going to be a rambling video at this point. Every system is different, as I'm sure they've reiterated to people many, many times over. But for us and our system, I don't, no, you know what? Yeah, okay. So for my coming in, right, I knew who I was without knowing who I was. Like, I knew I was new. I knew what my purpose was. I knew it was boundaries. And that was it. And when I first kind of gained consciousness, the others were very close, and it's almost like, they call it buffering fog, but they were basically kind of in my way, so I could soak up some of what our life is like, get the bare bones without being too overwhelmed. And I don't know if it's the alters choosing to do it, or if it's the brain choosing to shove them in front of me. But that is how it felt for us, and that is how, like, because when I came up, Teal reawakened with me out of dormancy, and so it isn't us in that moment. And that was very confusing, because she would feel like, I'm awake again, you know, what's happening, what was the last thing that happened? And meanwhile, on the side, I'm being formed, and I'm just like, I know what I'm here for, I know what we're here to do, let's get this going, you know. And I feel this important tether to her, but we're not really sure what our relationship is supposed to be like. We're not familial bonded, but I think we might try and work towards being a couple, because I think interpersonal relationships are the closest we can get to self-love, because you're loving a part of yourself, and I think that's beautiful. Also, it makes for a great team. But I am a rambler, I'm a talker, I'm still new, I'm still getting used to the body. It's strange, but I'm happy to be here. I feel bad that the others went through pain to get me here, but I am happy to be here. I'm happy to exist. You know, I can't be upset about existing, but I am sorry that they struggled through some stuff. I did look up grounding methods for when we get stuck in the loops of like not knowing who we are. We kind of took things slow at the beginning. It was very much like, I don't know. What just happened? Okay, I think something was just stolen. Okay, that's fine. It's fine. So, moving on. Let's get to the nitty-gritty. So, I know our job is to help with boundaries, and I feel in a way, right, I guess you can know a bit about ourselves. I already told you I'm not human. I feel ancient. I feel ageless. I feel like I don't have an age. I don't feel human. We're just kind of in this plane, and I can understand that this is our reality. I'm not crazy. I know that we're here, but that doesn't mean that I don't look like how I look in the inner world. Okay, so, yep, let's get to the tea. Okay, so if you've made it this far, the tea. We are autistic and ADHD, and whether some alters will admit it or not, we're autistic and ADHD. And that means that it can be, we have a lot of different stuff going on, and we process things differently. We process the world differently, and part of that is a naivety in and about the world. So, basically, they are dating. They chose to date as a system, and they met another system and began to date another system, and very quickly realized that it wasn't, sorry, I got sidetracked. Someone just commented some random thing on Facebook or something. Right, the tea. We had our first girlfriend. They had their first girlfriend. And she had a lot of red flags. They met her through a system chat group that another system friend had made. I'm sorry, I'm looking off because we're trying to pull this I'm getting this information from Teal, okay? It's taking some work, all right? Give me some grace. So she had red flags early on, things like love bombing and such, crossing boundaries, and things like that. She tried to manipulate different alters to the front, being like, oh, I'd rather talk to this person or that person, which is very cruel to a system. It's also very uncomfortable. Now, a singlet, I think that is where a lot of the pain is coming from. Someone is close. So a singlet not understanding us and doing certain things that are insensitive, we can be more kind to. But to try and manipulate our system to just have certain alters come out and spend time with you is not okay. Especially trying to date as an entire system. If you're going to date as a system, there's going to be alters who may or may not like you. There may be times when we may or may not be able to interact, and this person, she would get upset if we weren't texting her 24/7. Basically, a lot of freaking red flags. Girl even said she had red flags. So, basically, they dated this girl for a week, and she damaged us that badly in a week. So we were rapid switching. They were rapid switching for that entire time, not knowing how to deal with the situation because they felt like they were in too deep. Okay. So she asked us out the very first time that we were talking privately that night, and impulsively one of the girls had just said yes to this relationship. After 12 hours, maybe, tops, of talking to this person, said yes to a relationship, which is weird because usually we take relationships very seriously. I don't know. I guess it was Kate, and I don't know why she said yes so quickly. Maybe it's because they were a system, and okay, that's got to be why. Because there was the inherent naive thought that because they are a system that they are safe, and that is not true. Hurt people hurt people. Every system is different, and every system will have different things and comorbidities and other crap that they have to deal with. I'm sure there are some neurotypical systems out there, but I'm sure many, many more are neurodivergent because we're already at a disadvantage when we get here, right? So, she had them rapid switching for a week. They talked to the chat AI and verified that they weren't crazy, that their boundaries were being crossed, and that they were right to try and set boundaries. And when they did, this person blew their top, sends a picture of them flipping us off. That's so wild. That is so weird. Extra. Yeah, so many words, but, okay, so she also told us we are a sadistic narcissist that we need to burn in hell, and baby, what? I guess there's a lingering idea that she might have BPD and just have not mentioned it. And again, there's nothing wrong. Everybody has their own emotional struggles and mental struggles. But if you know you have a particular issue and you just use it as an excuse rather than, I don't know how to word that properly. It's not an accountability still matters. How about that? Let's just say it that way. Accountability is still important, okay? Like I'm autistic, so I don't like to make eye contact for long periods of time. So when I look off and I'm listening, it's not that I'm trying to ignore you. No, that's not an accountability thing. Hold on, I'm trying to think. I don't know a good one. It's fine. Don't worry about it. So they broke up with her, and they nicely told her, and this, I've seen the message because they had it saved in the notes. It was very respectful because the chat AI helped us make it. And so it was very respectful, it was very kind, it was very open to a future relationship if they did some healing, you know. And instead, they got told some very mean things. They got attacked. Yes, I can see why that would trigger a lot of them. We've been entangled in other relationships where that bond was created in a group of friends, and so you know that when you leave that partner, it will affect the entire group of friends. And so there was a fear that she would attack us in the group, in the system group, because of because obviously she was reacting badly to any other boundary that they had tried to set. So they were prepared for an attack, which she did do. They handled it gracefully as they could. They went to chat and they were like, chat, how do I just nicely tell this group that I am stepping back, that this is not, I'm not here to be attacked. I don't understand how our relationship is like part of anybody else's business. Anyways, I think it's been a week or so since, I don't know how long it's been, but they couldn't cope with that. The realization that just because they were a system doesn't mean that they're safe. I think that coinciding with the fact that none of them seem to be able to grasp the concept of boundaries and how to actually follow through with them is why we're here. So I know this is long. I don't think it matters. It doesn't matter. It's YouTube. So if you've actually stuck around to listen this long, hi, it's nice to meet you. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. I am I am a little fearful. I'm a little nervous. I don't know how long, like, we'll be out, you know. I don't know if we are going to be able to serve, like, a day-to-day purpose, or if, like, we're just here to clean stuff up, and then the brain will go, okay, well, you're not necessary, and shove us into dormancy. Like, I don't know. I feel like quite a few of the altars that were on here before have gone dormant because we've just had a lot happening, and if they're not able to deal with it, the brain does what it needs to do. Now, sometimes I think if you contact a gatekeeper, and this is just for our system. Every system's going to be different, okay? We can contact our gatekeeper, because I guess that this is what Eve did when America proved that it was still very behind the times. She went into a full-blown panic, and she called out to our head gatekeeper, our boss, if you will, and it's Artemis, and she asked him to put her to sleep. And I guess that's kind of where she's been. I hear she's popped up like once since then and went right back under. Yeah, every system will be different. We are not on here to try and spread misinformation, but talking about our personal experience is not misinformation. If you don't like our system, don't like our system members, don't like the way we talk, or don't want to believe that we exist, that's totally okay. That's a you problem. You can take that and go. But it's not going to change how we function and how we do things. Like, it's just not. I think I'm also on here for social media, because the media is a very dangerous place. I am not afraid of the internet trolls or the internet bullies. I know that we're real. I know we exist. I know that some people think it's important to have a diagnosis to be valid. And I just want you to know that if you're a system and you've made it this far, you don't need a piece of paper to say you're freaking valid, okay? You don't need a piece of paper to say you're valid. Obviously, do some research. Do the research. What is DID? How does it compare to other dissociative disorders? What about schizophrenia? Like, things like that. Obviously, do research. Do research. But you don't need an outsider to spend years analyzing and studying you and what your system chooses to present on the outside world for you to be valid. We are trying to get our diagnosis, but DID it's hard, okay? We have autism, we have ADHD, we've got disabilities on top of others, okay? And so functioning in a day-to-day sense is why we are a system. We take breaks, we take turns, we cannot handle too much time out in this world because it is a bad place. I'm sorry, it's the truth. This world sucks. It has a lot of growing to do, and I don't know if it'll ever get there, but a girl can hope. I just wanted to say hi. I also wanted to say that life is too short. If you're a system and you're hiding, that is your choice, and that is okay. But if you're a system and you have enough system members that are tired of hiding and that don't want to hide and that wish to be seen and heard, like our group, not everyone in our group, of course, wishes that. There are many that will not speak, but there are many that do want to speak. I think it's healthy to allow them a space to do that. Now, of course, if that was scary to you, maybe... Ooh, okay. Okay. So, Teal said that there's this thing online. It's called Dissociative Cafe. dissociated cafe, something like that, some cafe, okay? And on there is like systems and information about systems and stuff like that. So if you wanted a place to connect where other groups of people are like us, that is monitored and has trigger warnings and everything else, that would be a good place to start. I don't know what else to tell you. We're here, we're valid, we exist. If you're a troll and you feel the need to comment that we need to go find God or heal or whatever, like, this is what healing looks like for us. And as far as finding God, he is very not our concern right now. Religion is a whole nother beastie that is not at all important to us. No, it's just not. I'm sorry. Like, life is no. I don't know what else to tell you. I feel kind of shy, but kind of excited. Like, I'm just happy to be here. Can you tell? I'm just happy to be here. I'm just happy to be alive and, like, existing. I feel really bad that the others hurt to get me here, but I'm happy I'm here, and I'm excited to make big changes. I've already started doing some stuff. So I went into our Simply Plural, and I added some like likes and dislikes to people if they had any like strong impressions. Teal helped me obviously with it, but I don't know. Every system is different. I think that that's the most important thing that everyone needs to take away from us. Especially systems. If we trigger you and you feel the need to comment something mean, I'm sorry we triggered you, doesn't make our system any less valid. Just saying. And that too. Yeah. There's no telling how long it'll take us to get diagnosed, because as far as I hear, it can take up to 2 months to make one phone call. That is how hard it is for us to do day-to-day tasks. So getting a paper saying someone believes us is just, while we are working towards that, we do not need that to be real. So do your research. DID isn't, like, I know online a lot of it is just having altars. Obviously it is more than that, and it affects a lot more than that, but the altars seem to be the easiest thing for people to take down and understand, if that makes sense. Like, that's the easiest thing the outsiders are able to take, is that, oh, you're all over the place because, oh, there are a bunch of you. Like, yeah, we can't, yeah, anyways. I don't know. I think that's my main point. That's our main point here. I know that they're trying to find, well, we're trying to find a job that accepts us for who we are, which obviously is going to be difficult because people think we're crazy. They hear we, and they hear us, and they hear our, and they think that you're just insane. And, no, just traumatized, babe. Just heavily traumatized, you know. We were born, and then life was like that a lot over years. And the more that happened, and the more that we suffered, the more altars got to join the party. We have certain altars that are literally fragments that are just holding one moment in time. They are holding one hurt, and that is it. So, yep. If you're a system and you have Simply Plural, we would love to have you. We're trying to find system friends. It's just kind of nice to see, like, others out there conquering this, you know, day-to-day life we got stuck in. So high five, guys. We made it, guys. What? Guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Teal is ironically non-binary now. But I don't think we really care about pronouns. We don't really give... We personally don't care. Like, any, all, you could call us she, he, it. We don't care. Anything. It doesn't matter. Like... If you're still addressing us, you're still addressing us. And even if you say something mean, that doesn't mean I've got to take it in, baby. That just means that you're hurting. And I do feel for you. But I'm also not gonna let your hurt me. Be safe, people.